As you know, ladies and gentlemen, we do this together. I'm here with my Jegna. You notice I didn't use the word mentor because that's a Greek word and it has Greek connotation. But when we use the word Jegna, it comes from out of Africa and it means master teacher. So Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, welcome, welcome, welcome. Eru, Aisha Kamusa Menele, could you come over here, please? Give him a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
One God, one aim, one destiny. Great words from the most gracious, the most honorable, the most excellent Marcus Mosiah Garvey, who has shaped my life since 1964. I have been a Garveyite when I was touched by the great one's son, Marcus Garvey Jr., who taught me engineering science at Kingston Technical High School, and I have not changed since. This year is a wonderful year as we celebrate the convention. After 84 years, the convention was held in Jamaica, and we are so much more better off for it, because I know this convention will change Jamaica. The landscape shall change. Just one thing that we are planning to do to get the idle lands productive again. We have over 110 restaurants in the New York area that wants food from Jamaica. So our farmers get ready to produce. We met with the Maroons. They are compound Maroons, and they are willing to start tilling the soil, planting the food, growing the crops to supply all these restaurants. And I know by the time they start, it will be 200 restaurants. So we have a lot of work to do.
No Monsanto.
Yes, and we are saying no, my illustrious brethren is remind me, no Monsanto, because we don't want all the GMO type of food to disarray our bodies. We are talking about genuine, organic food for the people. It is indeed a pleasure that I am here today. And my President General, who was, you know, I emulate him. I want to walk in his footsteps, because every time I hear the Honorable Mr. Duncan speaks, I am inspired. I am in awe. I am saying, when will I get to that standard to be able to talk for so long and keep people spellbounded? You don't want to stop hearing the President General talk when he's on the podium. So I will not take center stage, because this is for the President General. So Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, get ready to welcome the President General. Big Stone, please come and bring the President General to center stage.
No, we're both going to do this. We're both going to do this. You're my teacher.
Stage.
I know I could not miss this opportunity for the world, ladies and gentlemen. I want you to go tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend, and tell a friend, because history is about to be created on Big Stone Live. Without further ado, we have the President General of the U.N.I.A-Acl of the world, Mr. Michael Duncan! Give him a big round of applause! Welcome, Mr. Duncan.
My brother.
Thank you, thank you.
Good evening, good evening, good evening, Facebook. My name is Michael Duncan. I'm the 10th successor to the Honorable Marcus Mosiah Garvey, meaning I'm the 11th President General. Mr. Garvey and our ancestors, they created the black print for us. Therefore, we don't have to do anything else but study the black print. This great flag you're seeing here, the red, black, and green, was given to us in 1920, August 13th. The flag and the Constitution was given to us. Mr. Garvey said, chance has never yet satisfied the hopes of a suffering people. Brothers and sisters, if we look at our situation, if we look at our plight, we are the only one who send our children into a school system that benefit by miseducating them and don't get involved. Who is Mr. Garvey? Mr. Garvey was sent by the Creator and the ancestors by God Himself. Mr. Garvey brought everything to us that we need, so we want to honor him. We want to canonize him. That's why the convention is here in Jamaica. Started the 12th through the 19th of August. Next year, we're taking it to Liberia. Brothers and sisters, Malcolm X tried to describe the prophet, the Honorable Marcus Messiah Garvey. He says, every time I see an island in the Caribbean, every time I see a country in Africa getting its independence, I know that Mr. Garvey is alive. Martin Luther King said, special thanks and praise must be given to this African prophet who showed us the way to salvation. Historians said what Mr. Garvey did, where he did it, when he did it, was impossible. It should not happen. Therefore, we know that God himself was moving with Mr. Garvey. We say one God, one aim, one destiny. Brothers and sisters, Mr. Garvey also say what man has done, man can do. We as Africans build the great Kemetic Empire. We built the great Malayan Empire. We built the great Songhai Empire. Brothers and sisters, what we're saying, since we have done those things already, we can do them again. It's for each and every one of us to commit ourselves and make our race strong, make our race proud. Mr. Garvey also said that all I have given you. If we change the way we do business tonight, if we alter the way we spend our monies, our conditions will change tomorrow. Mr. Garvey said, all that I have given you. He also said that when I did what I did, I knew exactly what would happen to me. When I did what I did, I knew exactly what would happen to me. However, men who are in earnest are unafraid of consequences. Brothers and sisters, for Mr. Garvey's sacrifices, the world convicted him. The world put him in a court in New York City. What happened? Mr. Garvey explained himself to the jurors. He was convincing the jurors. When the U.S. attorney stood up, the U.S. attorney words to all the jurors were, are you going to let the tiger go? Are you going to let the tiger go? They convicted Mr. Garvey. However, Mr. Garvey said, brothers and sisters, they have gotten the tiger. However, my cubs are roaming. I am seeing a cub in the form of Brother Heru. Brother, I'm seeing another cub here who is promoting Garvey and Garveyism. Brothers and sisters, the job is up to you and I. Where we are now, they put Mr. Garvey through hell. They locked him up in prison. Brothers and sisters, their intention was to kill Mr. Garvey in the federal penitentiary in Atlanta. However, as God would have it, black people were too organized, too strong in those United States. They battled, they protested until they let him go. But before that happened, as I said, Mr. Garvey was convinced he was going to die behind those walls. So what he did, he wrote a letter, and he sent that letter to Africans all over the world to let you know that regardless of what happened, I will be here with you. In those words, Mr. Garvey said, black people, after my enemies are satisfied, I shall come back to serve. He said, in life I shall be the same, but in death I shall be a terror to the foes of black liberty.
Yes!
He said, if death has power, count on me to be the real Marcus Garvey, if I may come in a cyclone, brother, with the flag, a pestilence, or as God would have me, brothers and sisters. Don't you know I shall never desert you and make your enemies triumphant over you? Brother Nesbitt, would I not go to hell 1,000,000 times for you? Yeah. Brother Heru, would I not walk the earth like the ghost of Macbeth for you? Then why be sad? Sir. Would I not cry 1,000,000 years for you? Then why be sad? Cheer up and be assured that if it takes 1,000,000 years, the sins of our enemies shall visit the 1,000,000th generation of those who hinder and oppress us. If I die in Atlanta, my work then shall only begin, for I shall live in the spiritual to see the days of Africa's glory. Look for me in the whirlwind. Look for me in the storm. Look for me all around you, for with God's grace and blessing, I shall rise again, black people. I shall bring countless millions who have died in the Caribbean, North America, and Africa to aid us in the fight for freedom, liberty, and life. When I am dead, wrap me in the mantle of red, black, and green. For with God's grace and blessing, we must rise again. Brothers and sisters, it's up to us.
Powerful.
Had it not been for Mr. Garvey and Garveyism, we would still be in shackles today. So brothers and sisters, think about it. Commit yourself to your race. Sacrifice something. Those who went on before us, they sacrificed. They died. All we have to do is organize. 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 Brothers, I'm here in China for the Chinese. We saw Britain. We saw Rome. We saw all those empires came and left. We're hearing the cry, China for the Chinese. Brothers and sisters, we are saying Africa for the Africans. Those at home and those abroad. One God,
One God,
one aim,
one aim,
one destiny.
one
Long
destiny.
live Marcus Garvey. Activate your citizenship in the U.N.I.A, brothers and sisters. Mr. Garvey said, every black man that has black blood coursing through his vein is an African and a member of the U.N.I.A. The only thing, there are two types of members in the U.N.I.A. One who is active, another who is inactive. All you have to do, contact Brother Heru and activate your citizenship in the U.N.I.A. And let's fix our problem. Let's build a base that generations and generations to come will stand on. Again, brothers and sisters, join our ranks. Today, one God,
One God, one aim, one destiny.
Thank you, my good brother. Thank you so very much for the Honorable Marcus Mosiah Garvey. I applaud you. Thank you.
Very much. Thank you very much. Give him a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. What I do for the Right Honorable Marcus Garvey, I do it for myself and I do it for my children and my grandchildren, so that they will grow up to learn of the greatest black man that ever walked the planet Earth. And this is Mr. Garvey. We have here from the Paul Bogle Foundation, he drove all the way from St. Thomas, ladies and gentlemen, the great-great-grandson of another revolutionary, Paul Bogle, Constantine Bogle. Could you come and bring greetings to the President General, Mr. Michael Duncan, right here.
Well, greetings from the Paul Bogle Foundation. I would like to welcome our President General of the U.N.I.A. to Jamaica. And I hope you find it really relaxing and comforting. I hope you feel like you're at home.
But I was born here, brother.
Oh, you was actually born here?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, I'm glad to know that you're a son of the soil.
Of course.
You know, I just want to welcome you back home then, and, you know, just to let you know that, you know, Marcus Garvey said that we must not ask. It is an insult to ask a man to do for you what you can do for yourself. So the Marcus Garvey organization and the Paul Bogle Foundation, Eru Big Stone, and all of us are working together for one cause. And that is to elevate the black man and to free him spiritually. Because it is not about the physical destruction as it is about the physical one that has done to black people. So nice meeting you, and looking forward, you know, to the Paul Bogle Foundation, as usual, working together with the Marcus Garvey organization to build a better world for our people. And you know something? Even though at times it is only natural that based on the pain that we are feeling, we tend to react a certain way, but black people is the most forgiving people. And the day that we actually get the spiritual freedom that we are yearning for, it is the day that the earth itself will rejoice. And even the white man will get some release, because black people is the true people of the Almighty God.
Of course.
So these are just my few words. Give thanks.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. That was Constantine Bogle, president and founder of the Paul Bogle Foundation.